What up? What up? Waiver wire week 6 edition. We got the quarterbacks. Whoo! And we got 4 teams on bye. So make sure you got a Patrick Mahomes, something like that. You got to make some moves. And I'm bringing you the guys who hit and hit and hit. I also got every other positional waiver wire video up right now. So go check that out. If you're a team defense person, I got that as well. If you're an IDP person, that comes out Tuesday mornings. Check us on the live streams. Hit that subscribe button so you can catch us in the morning when these videos are being recorded and you can tune in. With the quarterbacks, I'm going to give you some nice pieces in the front. I'm saving my sneaky picks towards the end. So make sure you stay around until the end. My first guy here to talk about, Kirk Cousins. He's rostered in 51% of leagues. I usually talk about guys in 50% or less, but one extra percentage point, I feel like I needed to mention him. Everybody cut bait on him like way too early. Like he had 2 shitty games like back to back. And now he has this big boom game against Tampa. And now he's the hottest thing out there. So you just got to remember with a guy like Kirk Cousins, who like came over to a new team, new system, like new everything, you got to give him a couple weeks because last week he wasn't rostered in 51% or less. Like he's actually been getting dropped over these last like 2 or 3 weeks, because 3 weeks ago 12 points, 2 weeks ago 7 points, but then this past week 43 points. Big boom. Pick him up. If someone was foolish in your league and dropped him, just remember it is not a horrible thing to roster 2 or 3 quarterbacks in single QB leagues, because when bye weeks start coming, you're going to wish you had an extra person. And guess what? If you have that extra person, make a trade to someone desperate who waited too long to get a backup. Got to do it. The guy is not Kirk Cousins, obviously. Kirk Cousins might not even be available in your league. But the way I start these videos is based on your level of desperation. And Andy Dalton would be someone I feel like you got to be somewhat desperate to have to play in a single QB league. Superflex league, I'm firing him up. Last week, I told you guys not to play him versus the Bears because it's a really horrible matchup. Bears are shutting down quarterbacks, are shutting down wide receivers. You can run on them and you can hit with the tight end a little bit, but that's why Andy Dalton sucked last week. It's not necessarily all his fault. The Bears are just that good. And now you got Atlanta. Look at what Baker did to him last week. So it's going to be like polar opposites of style of defense. And yeah, I want to start Andy Dalton this week, even in a single QB league. You got guys like Mahomes on bye. We got Stafford on bye, not a single QB league guy. We got Huntley on bye. Woo, thank the Lord. And you got Sam Darnold on bye. So you got 2 starting QBs here that are going to be on bye. If you're thin at the waiver wire at QBs, Andy Dalton might be all you could get out there. 14% rostered. Now, Derek Carr is my favorite pickup of the week, only 33% rostered. It's actually like the highest on the video outside of Kirk Cousins, but he's my pickup of the week in most leagues. I still have 3 sneaky pickups to talk about, but Derek Carr available in 2/3 of leagues. They got the Bucks. Look at what Kirk Cousins just did to him last week. They're going to be at home. They're in the dome. We haven't seen him play against Kansas City at this exact moment, so I don't know if he's done good or bad against Kansas City, but Derek Carr has been solid, and divisional game versus Tampa Bay, and they're playing at home. I'm picking him up.
Pick him up!
And I'm firing him up.
All right, fire him up!
I told you I got 3 sneaky pickups. Now, a couple of these sneaky pickups you could pick up and play. Now, Joe Flacco, the reason why he's a sneaky pickup is because they lost and he fumbled. And had they not lost and had he not fumbled, Colts probably would just say, you know what, you're starting this week. It is a tough matchup. They're going up against Tennessee. We know what kind of defense Tennessee has. They are used to shutting people down, or at least slowing down the offenses. How about that? Because of guys like L'Jarius Sneed out there. But Flacco, pick him up.
Pick him up!
I might not play him this week versus Tennessee specifically, but it's only a matter of time before Richardson gets hurt again or before they just give Flacco the job, because Anthony Richardson, I said it before this season, he is going to ruin people's fantasy dreams this year. And a lot of it's not because of his talent. It's because that he runs a lot and he doesn't protect himself when he runs. And we saw that exactly happen versus Pittsburgh. These guys want to kill him.
Kill him! They don't respect you!
Now, here's a really sneaky pickup and stash, Mr. Jameis Winston. We all know how horrible Deshaun Watson looks out there. I feel like there's only a matter of time before Deshaun Watson fully quits on the team. Winston probably deserves to be in there. Like when we saw some of the preseason games going down, he's in there eating the W and everything. And like, he had that team hella hyped. I've never seen Deshaun Watson hype up the team like that ever. So Winston, pick him up.
Pick him up!
0% rostered, especially in single QB leagues. So this is more like probably like a super flex pickup in advance. We're all watching the same games, right? Like it's only a matter of time before Watson is not the starting QB. He sucks. He really does. Too much on his mind. I saved the sneakiest of the sneaky pick just for you guys for last. This last guy here, you guys know how much I hate him. Mr. Daniel Pesos Jones. Cincinnati, their defense just sucks. I think that's what this really comes down to. He's only 9% rostered. Nobody wants him. Like, he sucks. He's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
So I'm with you. This is a real sneaky play because you are desperate at Superflex. You are desperate at single QB, and you got nobody that you can play. Nobody. You have Flacco, but then Richardson plays some bullshit like that. And you got to start somebody. It's Danny Pesos. Yep. Versus Cincinnati. It's ugly. I hate recommending him, but I got to do it because he's so available, only 9% rostered. And look at what the Bengals have just been giving up. They have not been holding anybody down, especially the QBs. So Danny Pesos.
Pick him up!
It sucks. And then you know what you do 1 week later?
Bye-bye, lard ass.
Get rid of his ass. And there you have it. All the QBs who you should be picking up. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I guarantee you I will be your biggest fantasy resource of this season. I go live every single morning. We're answering questions. We're hanging out. I record these videos, and then I'm answering questions between the video recording and things like that. It's a very fun time. If you guys need a fantasy community because you don't have one that you're a part of, or maybe you only rock with the footballers or whatever, come join our fantasy community, 420crew.com. It's the dopest fantasy community around. You can join for free, but you can also join as a paid member. I'd recommend doing that. You get access to way more things like the group chats, a lot of information. I do this full time. I'm bringing the information throughout the day about injuries, whole bunch of stuff. A lot of good times. The experiences are off the charts. I started a crazy amount of leagues. You guys want to get into some leagues with me because they are awesome. Now, the biggest thing that you can do, see these videos that are popping up, click on one of those videos, go check out any of the other positional waiver wire videos and rinse and repeat because I'm bringing the heat and I'm going to help you win the championship. Let's go.